Google has been teasing a massive game-related announcement all week, and the big reveal is taking place in a matter of minutes at DD 2019. All signs suggest the U.S. tech giant is preparing to unveil a video game streaming service dubbed Project Stream, which will apparently grant users a new way to play. Other rumblings indicate the tech company will formally introduce its new Netflix-like platform alongside its Volcano controller during its DD keynote, so it'd be fair to say you do not want to miss out. The presentation is due to kick off at 10 a.m. POT
下午1点 ET
and 5 p.m. GMT. That's in about 10 minutes time, and you can follow along by watching the YouTube live stream embedded above. Have fun. Respawn has already identified and banned over 16,000 cheaters from its battle royale shooter Apex Legends. Community manager Frechette broke the news on Reddit and told players the studio is keen on the idea of a dedicated reporting tool. Right now, anyone who spots a potential cheater has to capture and submit evidence themselves via the Apex Legends website. It's a clunky process, and Frechette has reassured fans that Respawn has heard their feedback about the need for an in-game report feature. Apex Legends launched on February 4th, and managed to reach 1 million concurrent players within 72 hours. The free-to-play title has also racked up over 10 million players worldwide, and recently broke Fortnite's single-day viewership record on Twitch. Tencent is reportedly in talks to bring the game to China, and Respawn will no doubt want to improve its anti-cheat measures before then, with cheaters and hackers in the country having taken a shine to other battle royale efforts, like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Head of Ubisoft Yves Jacquierâ announced during the DICE 2019 summit that the publisher has partnered with Mozilla to develop an artificially intelligent coding assistant called Clever-Commit. Clever-Commit was first introduced as a prototype last year by Ubisoft Montreal's research lab, Ubisoft LogForge, in collaboration with Concordia University. The iTech will reportedly help developers quickly identify and fix bugs, and help the team release better quality features faster. According to Jacquier, Clever-Commit has already contributed to the development of major Ubisoft AAA titles, and the publisher is currently working on integrating it into other brands as well. Mozilla is assisting Ubisoft by providing programming language expertise in Rust, C, and JavaScript. When discussing how the royale in game development is changing in a separate keynote, Jacquier went on to add that the tech have a 70% success rate for predicting that a code submission contains bugs. The Gamasutra Job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Los Angeles, California, with our Mythical Games, a next-generation game technology studio. We believe that true ownership of digital assets, verifiable scarcity, and integrated secondary markets will spawn a new generation of games. These new economies, based on digital ownership, will bring players, developers, and content creators closer to the games they love. We are a team of veteran game and platform developers with a passion for bringing big innovative concepts to market. Our goal is to create world-class products that drive consumer adoption of distributed ledger technology through games. We are looking for a talented and driven 3D engineer, a technical artist who will be responsible for designing, building, and maintaining Mythical's 3D creation studio platform. We are looking for someone with a passion for gaming and computer graphics. Required experience. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra Job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. I keep writing about deep gameplay and how it needs complex verbs,
i.e.
mechanisms that go beyond probabilities, progress bars and damage numbers. But how exactly do those systems work then? This article will explore one possible answer to this question. Space. Gameplay can get strategically interesting when you cannot simply calculate everything.
i.e.
when factors are involved that cannot, at least not easily, be turned into some kind of points, or score. If that would be possible, you would basically be facing a math puzzle, of course, that might be interesting in itself, but rather in terms of computing the correct solution, and not so much in terms of intuition and decision-making. Should the latter elements be supposed to be the game's core, offering strong spatial interactions can go a long way in moving it away from flat, arithmetic positioning and movement in space, or even aspects such as momentum or inertia are essentially complex resources that can, quite literally, be played with. Obviously they are ultimately based on math as well, but a form of math that is both more complex than mere subtraction, and yet also intuitively accessible for human beings. This base complexity can furthermore be used to foster an emergent interplay between gameplay elements, and thereby create even more depth, without having to resort to more and more convoluted math. Of course it works in the game,
i.e.
the actions players are able to perform have to be tightly connected to the game's spatial structure, so they can properly support it and give it meaning. Dealing damage, filling bars, are the much-loved mass extermination of actors in the game world usually do not belong in this category. The same goes for mere asset tourism. The following sections will take a look at some concrete examples on how to do it better. The games described below offer strongly spatial possibilities of interaction and consistently manage to align the design of all gameplay elements in support of this aspect. In Heat Signature you enter procedurally generated spaceships, and, by making use of a diverse set of gadgets, try to reach a specific target object or person. Almost everything in the game is centered on movement. For example, there are multiple types of teleport gadgets that allow you to swap positions with an enemy, swapper, to instantly move through open corridors and doors, Sidewinder, or to jump to any position within a certain radius. A short amount of time, visitor. The key cloner lets you steal key cards if the god carrying them is in range. Luring enemies into the glitch trap will move them to another spot, often directly into outer space, and the slipstream makes everyone act super slowly except for yourself. More agility, more options. These are just a few examples of the words in the game, but one thing is pretty clear already. There is no flat number crunching. Enemies, just like your avatar, do not have health points, or stats, and do not deal damage. The focus of the game lies on finding creative ways to bypass them, or, if needed, take them out unnoticed in one hit. Most of the time you will not have a huge arsenal of weapons to achieve this. Hence one of the simplest tricks in the game is to let an enemy fire a bullet at you and then swap positions with him. A tactical option enabled by consistent rules and spatially meaningful verbs. Emergence situations in the game can quickly get much more complex, though. Therefore, you always have the ability to pause the game, analyze what is going on, plan your next steps, and even execute the first one of those directly from the pause menu. However, that will not make things super easy. It is just another design decision making perfect sense in the context of the core game and its depth. Players are supposed to plan ahead and think about which actions make sense in a given situation, instead of merely being challenged by their physical execution. Spelunky is a modern classic and regarded as a game design masterpiece. Rightfully so, since basically all the elements in the game are tailored to interact with moving around its incredibly hostile environment. It starts with the two basic items. Bombs allow you to reach sealed off areas or create new connections. Ropes can be used to move upwards, which goes against the natural gravity-based direction the game usually takes. The same is true for climbing gloves and the iconic jetpack that additionally increases your horizontal reach. Jumping boots increase your jumping height. The medic can manipulate a level's layout. Spike shoes prevent you from sliding over ice blocks.